The phrase "nice guys finish last" exists for a reason because we all know it's true. Women overwhelmingly do not want nice guys, and as a result, those men are not being chosen as women's first option when they are in their prime. If you want to know who a woman is truly attracted to without the lies and manipulations, all you need to do is look at who she chooses to date in her late teens all the way to her mid-20s, when she's the best that she will ever be, and those are the guys who she really likes. I would say 9 times out of 10, the man who she chooses is nothing like a nice guy, and he's going to be a man that is either not good for her for the long term or a man that doesn't want to settle anytime soon. That is typically what you'll see in modern XXs in their prime when they are the ones choosing their partners. You won't see the nice guys and the weak men winning with younger women. That's not going to happen for about 90% of the population of women worldwide. Every now and then, you'll have a girl that's the exception to the rule, and she likes nerds and beta males, but the men who women will want or allow to get access betwixt their legs are Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, Ray thugs, top-tier men and sugar daddies. Those are the men that are getting all the young women at their best, while the average guys are left holding their Johnsons in the friend zone or completely excluded from mating with those women. If you don't believe me, then take a look at this graph, and you'll see that young men between the ages of 18 and 30 have way fewer segs than women in their prime. This is the same age I stated that women are choosing who they really want to beat up that wet vice grip, and as you can see, it's not the average or nice guys that are getting booty and pea sleeve thrown at them. It's all there on the graph to back up my point, because more women in their prime than men are getting segs down by somebody, and that somebody is the men that are the cream of the crop genetically, socially, and economically that are getting most of these young women to part their legs, while the good men have almost no chance in hell to get a girl to have segs with them. I have one more graph to prove my point in case you think the average men and nice guys are out here winning. Take a look at the male virginity rate from 1989 to 2018, and you will see that in 2018 male virginity soared to record-breaking levels, which shows us that the majority of men are getting no booty and titties, none. The men cannot get a piece of pea sleeve to save their lives, and that was in 2018 before the scamdemic. Can you imagine how much further it has risen in 2022, the rise of single lonely men and the incel communities? None of this should make sense because we are living in a time where it's the easiest it has ever been to get a woman to part legs. However, it seems like most men, or at the very least, a large percentage of men in America, are not getting any pea sleeve and are being labeled as a generation of single lonely men or incel virgins. Notice that during and after the pandemic, we started to hear how so many men were single and lonely. But women were out here still having sex, so obviously, it was with men that they really wanted or men that were a necessity at the time. Which validates my point that the men that women are choosing are not the average men or what people would call the nice guys of society. But instead, it's the a-holes that aren't good for them in the long run, which is why you hear them say in their 30s that they've had their fun and now they're looking for something serious from who? The good man, also known as the nice guy. After these women have been bouncing on Chad and Tyrone's digging stick throughout their prime, they turn around when they're right about to hit the physical and biological wall and start looking for the men who they ignored for years and treated like crap when they had everything. The a-holes had no problem splitting hymens and making pea sleeve spit cream on their salami. But here we have statistical data that shows that the good men, or what some people call the nice guys, are left with Pornhub and lonely fans at the end of each night, while the young women have their 10 toes pointing to the ceiling and one of their friends sitting on their face just oozing out sweet nectar. Who can say that I'm lying? The proof is in the pudding, and the statistic shows that the a-holes are winning while the good men are catching L's in this dating minefield. And nothing is going to change anytime soon. I'm just letting you guys know from now in case you think women will start choosing good men over a-holes. Women don't care or give a crap if you can't get laid. I'm just letting you guys know that they don't give a damn. They'll choose the men they want, and they could care less about you than what you can do for them as a utility. Besides that, they'll only look your way if they can't get Chad, Tyrone, or the top-tier guys to commit to them. And at that point in their mind, they are lowering their standards or settling to be with you because a few years prior she wanted nothing to do with you sexually. But when she realizes time is running out and she needs a man to take care of her and put insurance in her belly, then she'll want you when she's at her worst or right before she hits her decline. That's just the cycle of the modern woman. She'll let the a-holes in her prime and settle for the nice guys in her decline, and this is the majority of women who choose to settle down. Some women are so defiant that they'll rather be single than choose a good man. That's how low they think of the average man, to the point where they'll prefer to do bad all by themselves and die alone than be with a regular guy. How effed up is that, brothers? By now you guys should already know that women end up with a-holes because they are choosing these guys over the nice guys. They don't want men who treat them well. They don't want men who pedestalize them and show them too much affection. They don't want men who are just starting to build their life together, and they don't want men who don't have other women. That is the reality of the situation that we have to accept because women aren't going to change, and this will only get worse with online dating and the social credit system that's coming. The men who have the status and money are the men who are going to get all the women in their prime, while young men will either have to lose with women throughout their 20s and early 30s until they build up themselves and get leverage, or they'll be forced to become incels or go monk mode or their own way. This is where we are headed. I want you to notice that poly relationships are now becoming more accepted, with women choosing to be in open or ethically non-monogamous relationships over choosing a monogamous relationship with a nice guy. Even if these women are with a good man, they will inevitably cheat or convince that guy to open up the relationship so she can have her cake and eat it too. And who are the guys that get to hook up with these women in open relationships? Top-tier guys and Chad and Tyrone, basically all the guys she chooses to have sex with in her prime, which shows you who they really want at the end of the day. But one thing is sure, women do not want nice guys. They only want nice guys when they've run out of options, and that's just the harsh reality. The next reason women end up with a-holes is that those men have other women. I know you guys have heard about pre-selection. Women will choose men if another woman wants that man, or they're in a relationship with an average or above average looking woman. That's basically how men tend to get women easily without putting in much effort. This works with all women. Once they see that you can get other women, they'll automatically find you more interesting, and sometimes some of them will want you inside their bodies. So if you think about it, typically the a-holes have other women, so it becomes 10 times easier for him to get another girl, and that's why they always have women. But for the average guy who cannot get a woman to save his life, other women will not want those guys because they can smell the desperation on some of you, or she doesn't see a reason to be with you since nobody else wants you. So that's why they go with the guys who aren't good for them, because those men have no issue getting women, and they are probably in situationships with many women. It's the same with a job if you think about it. When you're employed, it's very easy to get another job because you're not desperate for employment, and you have proven yourself capable of keeping yourself employed. Contrast that with someone who doesn't have a job, and you'll see how they're desperate for employment, but they'll take anything that pays well enough. Also, unemployed people haven't proven themselves capable of getting and keeping a job, so they're less likely to be chosen by an employer. Once you have proven yourself capable of getting employed or getting women, other jobs and women will become more accessible, and that's why the a-holes are winning, and the nice guys are losing with women. As I said, women tend to pick winners and avoid losers, and nothing will change that. That's why I said men will have to build leverage first, and then the women will become easy. If not, then just understand that more and more nice guys will be incel virgins. Money can also play a role in whether or not women choose men. However, money alone will make you a target for broke 304s and apex predators. You don't want any of these women, especially if you're a good man. These women will swindle you out of your money if you're not careful and fall for their manipulation, so stay clear of women that are high maintenance or want a luxury lifestyle. What money can do, however, is make it easier to get what you want and the type of relationship that will be of your benefit. And with the rise of subscription girlfriends, this is where money can make you get what you want without a long-term commitment, regardless if you're a nice guy or a monkey simp. So again, once you have leverage, women and getting peace leave will be that much easier if you're willing to join the Soul Society. So my brothers, the choice is yours. I know I'm a part of the Soul Society, and I'm never going back to the plantation unless they drag back my dead body. I'll link my second channel in the description and comment section, so go show a brother some love and subscribe. I only need 170 more of you guys to go subscribe to hit 1,000 subscribers. It won't be manosphere related, just letting you guys know. And you guys can't say you don't know why women choose men who aren't good for them. Also, I know you guys want to see more RP content so you can be steps ahead of the modern woman. So here is our Season 9 videos. Click them and learn as much as you can right now.